and we shall get started. Thank you all for coming. More people will join in as we go. These get recorded after. The list of all the recordings is over in the chat box where some of you are talking right now. Just up above here, I will grab this here list, copy, and paste. There you go. That is the list on Discord of the Discord related recordings. They're all longer on purpose. They're a little bit longer form on purpose. I want to take time to have everyone look at it and see it, right? So, hang on. All right, never mind. I'm going to talk about the Ichimoku Cloud today, and I wanted to talk about the Ichimoku Cloud because it's a very cool, very smooth, very easy to use indicator that looks complicated at first, but once you get the hang of it, you kind of start to realize how easy it is, and then you get over it and you go, hey man, I can do this. This isn't that hard. It just, in general, a lot of people, when it comes to TA, you get stuck and you don't know what to do, and because it's not what you're used to, you put up a brick wall and you don't listen to anything or you don't use it. You just go back with your gut, which is buy, which I will personally tell you never works for me. Just buying never works for me. There are times when it's okay to just buy. When you've got a big bull market, everything's going up all the time and you got money to spend and you want to put it in, I get it. But we've learned that for vast periods of time, that doesn't work. And the Ichimoku Cloud helps us see that. So to get started, find the Ichimoku Cloud. Click on indicators on TradingView right here. Just type in Ichi, I-C-H-I. It will pop up. I already have it. I got a star beside it. Any of these indicators that you want to keep a list of, put a star beside. And when you put a star beside it, it pops up over here in your favorites. Here's a list of my favorites. All right. Yada, 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 yada. Okay, there's a list of my favorites. Why? Well, I use them all differently at different times. They all have their own purpose. And we're talking about the cloud today, so we'll stick with the cloud. Ichimoku Cloud is an old school indicator. How did it come about? Well, there's varying arguments on this, but I often say, hey, look, it's my opinion that everything is chartable. Everything that we do in life is chartable, whether it's walking down the street. How many people are on the sidewalk per capita? How many people are using the left side of the sidewalk as opposed to the right side of the sidewalk? How often does one side of the sidewalk wear out compared to the others? You can chart all this crap. Well, way back in the day, cherry blossoms were a big deal in Japan and all of Indochina, really. That was one of the biggest things that they had that they sold all the time. Well, there was constantly this debate on how much the cherry blossoms should cost this day and that day and that day and this day. What would happen is basic undercutting, which you see memes about all the time. Someone's wanting $1 for a cherry blossom, then someone moves in and makes it 99 cents, and then someone makes it 98 cents, and then back and forth until they're down to nothing. All right. Well, the chart shows us that didn't work. No one bought anything because they thought you were arguing. What they learned was there were better times to price cherry blossoms up and better times to price them down. And because of this data, they were able to look at that and go, well, how can we make something out of this that just tells us when we should do it automatically rather than guessing constantly? And when they did this, they did what's called setting the market, and it worked out really well. Thus, the Ichimoku Cloud was born. First, let's talk about the parts of the Ichimoku Cloud, how it's set up, etc. I'm going to remove the candles, which you can do by clicking the 3 little dots right here, and then click hide. So this is just the indicator only on the screen right now. All right. I'm going to take it a little bit farther, and I'm going to remove parts of the Ichimoku Cloud one piece at a time until we have all that we want to see on the chart at one time, but I want to do it one piece at a time slowly. All right. So first things first, there are 4 parts to the Ichimoku Cloud. Like I said, the first thing we'll talk about is the lagging span. What you'll hear me say is the lag line. I'm an idiot. It's just easier for me to say lag line rather than lagging span. It's less syllables. It's easier for me to say. The lagging line, lag span, is the candles in line form rather than in candle form, moved back 25 spaces, 25 bars. You'll hear bars referenced often. Oh, we have 11 bars to go, or whatever it is, right? It's 25 spaces back from the price. And I'll put the price candles back up here. And what you'll see is, if you look closely, you can kind of see that that's the same thing. Now, I'll put the candles in line form, which you can do right here under this little candle symbol. You pick line. They're the exact same thing. The lagging span is just moved backwards 25 spaces. I know that sounds weird, but stick with it. All right, I'm going to put these back in the candles. I'm going to hide them again because I don't need to see candles right now. I'm explaining the indicator. That was the lagging span. It's the candles line form instead of candles moved back. Right? So next we'll talk about the baseline and the conversion line. Baseline and conversion line are just moving averages. Don't think of them as something hyper special important. It's not. Just like the MACD, the RSI, anything else, we're looking for cross ups, cross downs. We're looking to use these moving averages as support and resistance, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. More so, there's a technique here behind it that makes it pretty easy to use and pretty simple to understand. All right. Baseline is the red line. It moves slower. Blue line is the conversion line. It moves faster. It converts around back and forth. And the baseline, the red line, moves slower, kind of stays as a base. All right. Simple. Blue, conversion, red, base. I'm not changing the colors of mine from what's on the screen. I have changed my lag line color to white. Why did I do that? So it's easier for me to see. I think it comes factory in black. You can change it under the settings. If you click the little settings gear over here, you can kind of change the colors the way you want. All right. My colors work best for my eyeballs. You pick your colors. Interestingly enough, the cool thing about the baseline and the conversion line is if you look here, you see that there are spaces in between the two that form. All right. Those spaces are very interesting to me. Right. Here's a space. I'm highlighting it right now. All right. Not trying to be super cool and fancy with this, just some basic stuff. Right about there. Then you had this area down here that kind of made a bit of a space, a gap in between the baseline and the conversion line. Here's another one. Right. You can kind of see all those there. All right. So what I've just shown you is the gaps in between the base and the conversion line, creating a gap space, what looks to be some sort of puffy object. Wonder what I could be going to next. So baseline and conversion line aren't moved in any different direction. They're just some moving averages that help us understand what's going on. Now I'm going to pull up the cloud and show you what happens when we add the cloud in rather than having the other parts up there. Let me take this lagging span off. There we go. Leading span 1, leading span 2, and the cloud. So what you'll notice here is the cloud popped up. This is nothing more than the spaces in between the baseline and the conversion line. However, it's moved forward 25 spaces. All I've done is taking the baseline and conversion line spaces and moved them forward. It's not perfect. The point is, it creates a cloud of resistance or support in either direction and helps us get a better idea what's going on. If you wonder, how does the cloud form? That's it. It's the gaps between the space. That's the gaps between the baseline and the conversion line. So parts so far. Lagging line, lag span. That's the candles moved backwards. The cloud, that's the baseline and conversion line moved forwards. The same amount as the lag line went backwards, 25 bars, 25 spaces. Then the baseline and conversion line themselves. Cool. Parts of the cloud that are important. Green cloud good, red cloud bad. Very simple, okay? Green cloud good, red cloud bad. Furthermore, let me move these highlights off. I was just trying to show you that the cloud forms and kind of slides it backwards. So when we have a big, thick cloud, thick boy, like you see right here, big, thick clouds, it's stronger in whatever direction. And since that's green, it's stronger support. When you have a very thin cloud, as you see here, this cloud was very thin on the top, on the first and the back of it. It got a little thick in the middle, but it thinned up, didn't it? Right? So this red cloud was very thin support. Green cloud was very thick again, very thick support there. And here we go again. This red has flipped into red, was very thin, now starting to thicken up a little bit. The thicker the cloud, the thicker the support or resistance. It will be support if you're over it. It will be resistance if you are under it. Let's put all the pieces together. All right. So I've got the cloud up there now. Let's add in the conversion line and the baseline. You see those in there now. And let's add in our lagging span. Those are the 4 parts of the cloud all together on the screen. Lagging line, white, blue line conversion, red line base, and the cloud. I don't have the candles up there yet. Now's the time to put them in and start using them. It all looks a little messy at first, but the more you do this, the more you get the hang of it, all right? So, talk about this all the time. How do we use the cloud for our advantage? How do we use it to buy, sell? What are we looking for? So, more so than anything, the cloud shows us the trend and shows us even more so when that trend is hardcore going great. And that's up or down, doesn't matter. Some people use the Ichimoku Cloud on low time frames to their advantage. I don't particularly do that. I find it easier to just use other stuff. But some people like the Ichimoku Cloud because it does work pretty well. It's up to you to adapt this how you want. I'm just going to show you how I use it and how I've found it easiest to use. So, rules of the Ichimoku Cloud for buying and selling daily charts. And remember, for crypto, we are very cyclical. We're going to have years where you shouldn't be touching anything. So think about that before you pull an indicator up and start to buy. If it's the middle of the bear market, what are you doing? Why are you buying? Because your emotions are telling you to. You should probably hit the pause button. Use this in an uptrend. Be smart. It will help you. Rule number 1 of the Ichimoku Cloud. Let me find my little check marks and stuff. They move stuff around in friggin' TradingView, dude. It's so frustrating. I got a check mark over here. And the emojis, I'll use an emoji. They used to have like a simple little grab check mark over there that you could pick. They don't have it anymore. Aha. Right there. Bow. So, rule number 1 for the Ichimoku Cloud. I want to see all 4 of these indicators go the way I want it. But first, right off the bat, I want to see the baseline under the conversion line, or the blue on top of the red. Do I have the blue on top of the red? I do not. So right off the bat, I do not get 1 green check mark. I get a big fat red X. Why is that? Well, it doesn't say what I want it to say right now. So that is not a green check mark. It's the opposite of what I want. I want blue over red, and I don't have that, so that's a red X. Next, are we over the cloud or under the cloud as far as price goes? Hey, look, we're very much under the cloud. Would you agree? I think we're very much under the cloud. That's the second red X. No, thank you. So far, 2 of the 4 rules that I need to buy are no. Next up, is the lag line over the candles, or is it under the candles? Here's my lag line. Here's my candles. We are very much underneath the candles. That is a no. Last rule. Is the cloud all the way on the right green or red? Very much red. That gets a red X. All 4 of your rules to buy are no right now for Bitcoin. Do you hear me? All 4 of your rules are no. Why, on God's green earth, would anybody be hustling to buy right now if they had a drip of knowledge that we have? Because your emotions tell you to. So this is a great opportunity to remind you of the 4 rules. Rule number 1, no emotions allowed. Tex is going to share the meme right here in a second. No rules allowed. No emotions allowed. Rules are very much needed. If you put emotions into this, you're going to get beat every single time. You got to remove the emotions. It's not easy. It's hard. That's why it's rule number 1, not rule number 19. Okay, rule number 1, no emotions. Buy and sell like a machine. If you do not, you will lose. You can get lucky sometimes. You will likely lose. Rule number 2, have a plan. Well, I'm going to use this Ichimoku Cloud right now. So the plan is when I see what I want to see via this indicator, I'm going to buy. Cool. Rule number 3, have a backup plan. When things don't go the way I want it to on this, I'm going to start selling. And rule number 4, the most important rule for me, take your profits. If you do not take your profits, you do not eat. We're going to eat this next bull market. The sharks like me are going to eat, and you're going to swim in the same pool as me. You already are. You're going to swim in the same pool as me. You better be prepared to eat too. Otherwise, you're going to get out of the pool because you are the fish food. All right, cool. Yeah, you got all the influencers claiming to be going all in. Absolutely, dude. This is why I don't follow influencers on crypto Twitter. Sorry. Don't do it. I'll follow some of y'all, but not any influencers. I have no time for it. It's just unnecessary stupidity. I'm not going to do it. So let's go back in history here and find a moment when Bitcoin did all 3 or all 4 points of interest here. So I'll grab the replay mode and we'll go back here and we'll use this Ichimoku Cloud in real time. Okay. So 4 rules right off the bat. I've scrolled all the way back to December before this year started. People say, how did you miss the bottom? Well, I was being super careful. All right. But guess what? Most of the prices of coins are right back where they started. First rule. You can mix these rules up how you want them so long as you follow all 4 of them. Is the lag line over the candles? No, it is not. That's 1x. Is the candles over the cloud? Nope, that's 2x's. Is the conversion line, the blue line, over the red line, the baseline? It very much is not. That's 4. Oof. Is the cloud red or is the cloud green? It's red. That's 4. No thanks. So how can we find the spot to buy here? Well, let's scroll forward and see if things change. All right. We're starting to see some change here, some up. All right. Hey, guess what? You remember when I was telling you that the cloud acts as support and resistance? I want you to look back here for a moment and see that every single time the thing hits into the bottom of the cloud here, it doesn't last long and then poof, right back down. Hits the cloud, poof, right back down. Where it's thin, that was a chance to break. It didn't make it. Cloud got back fat again, into it, failed instantly. Bam, right back down. Now we've gotten to a point where our lag line is starting to hit our candles. Looks like it may be crossing over. Our blue is crossed over our red. We're starting to see positive signs. Now, there are multiple ways here to buy and sell. You can break this down into quarters. All right, I'm going to buy 25% every time I see this thing flip the way I want it to. Every time a rule goes in my favor, I'll buy 25%. Well, right now, the base just jumped over under the conversion. Blue's over red now. That's good. I see the lag line about to break over the candles. It hasn't yet. It's about to. Cloud still red, price still under the cloud. So I got 1 green check mark out of 4. So I would buy 25%. Got me? Cool. And you're going to sell 25% just the same way you bought it if it doesn't go the way you want, okay? Still tracking. Look, that lag line has broken over. So right now you got another green check mark to go on. Still red cloud, still price under the cloud. Look how thin it's getting, okay? She's thinned up a little bit. Not a big fat cloud like it was anymore. Kind of, but not as bad. Resistance is starting to get slim. Okay. We'll go forward a little more here. Uh-oh. You flipped back red right here. Blue went under the red. That's not good. So now we got another red check mark. We only have 1. We're 25% back in now. Playing it safe. Playing it safe. Hey, we're getting ready to cross, aren't we? Getting ready to cross. Jumped into the cloud now. Still no go yet. Candles have to be over. Cloud still red. Blue still under red. It's getting close. Ooh, look at that. Big green candle. Now you've got lag still over. That's good. Blue over red. That's good. Price over cloud. That's good. Only thing left is the red cloud on the end. And hey, look, that just ended up finishing the very next candle. Bam. Now you got all four pieces that you need. Lag line over candles, blue over red, clouds turning green, candles are over. Your titties. You're good now. We're going to find that trend, and we know the trend is up now, don't we? We do. We can draw a trend line. Remember, everything revolves around trends. I don't care if we're using indicators or not. Is the trend up or is the trend down? And guess what? Trend's up now. So we'll keep rolling forward here. As you see, we're still all four green. We are clean, good to go, titties. Still fine, still fine, still fine. Oh no, it's dipping. Yet all four of our stuff is still green. Nice fat clouds. Good to go. Relax. The lag line has not started to run into the candles yet. When that happens, that's usually a sign to take some profits. Hasn't happened yet. Still going. Still going. Hasn't crossed yet. Came close, didn't it? But nope. Uh-oh. Lag jumps under the candles. That's not good. We just lost one of our check marks, didn't we? All right. Blue's about to cross over red. That's going to cost us a check mark too, isn't it? Yep. Now, obviously, didn't mean to grab that. Price is still over the cloud. That's okay. And the cloud's still green. That's okay. So we got 2 out of 4. 50% out now. We've taken some profits here. Now we're half in with our money. Remember, we bought way down here. And up it's gone. We're good. Wait for it. Ooh, look at that. Into the cloud. No good. Now, it's not under the cloud yet. It's only into the cloud. So, still isn't a sale. It's close. Kind of like that wait a minute zone with the 821 EMA. Same thing with the cloud here. We're waiting to see. It's kind of pending. All right. So, we still got 2. Waiting. Bam. Good thing we didn't sell everything, huh? Exactly. Good thing we didn't sell everything because we'd have been SOL. Now, still got our cloud over. Still got a green cloud. Now we're going to wait. Oh, look, the lag line jumped back over. 3 out of 4, 75% in. All I'm waiting for is that blue and red to cross. And it did right there. Bam. Moving forward. More up. Now it's starting to get up there, up to 28,000. We're all the way in March now. Same situation, still running, still running, still running. Big, thick cloud for support. Nice. Still going. Now you're seeing the lag line run into the candles. This is another sign that maybe you need to take some profits. So we're losing a check mark right here. So now I'm 75% in. And I might as well go ahead and understand that that's going to cross, isn't it? That blue and red, that's going to cross. I'm getting 50% more out again. Half in again. Taking profits along the way. Still halfway in. Hasn't sold all the way out yet. I still got the price over, and I still got a nice thick green cloud. Hey, jumped right back over. I can put that 25% back in. You get the idea behind this, yeah? It's very simple. You just play the ball as it lies all the way up. And make sure you remember, as the trend continues, draw your trend lines. Are you above the trend? Are you below the trend? Perhaps while this is happening, you say, I'm going to stop doing 25%. I'm going to do 50% now. If I see lag line and basic conversion come down, I'll sell 50%. But if one of them happens, I'll do nothing. If I see price go into the cloud, nothing. But if I see price drop under the cloud, I'm selling 50%. You can change this strategy how you would like. The point is, the rules are still the rules. The rules of the indicator still remain the same. All right. All the while this is happening, I want you to understand that the weekly is changing, and the weekly cloud looks much different than the daily cloud. All right. So remember it as we go forward. Still chopping, Still above the cloud. See how it kind of acts as support here? Falling into the cloud now. Good thing it was thick. Uh-oh. Cloud turned red on the end. That's no bueno. So now you're down to one check mark. One check mark. And we're all the way to May. So you guys know it's coming because we've already saw this. Yeah. Down to one check mark. Cloud turned red. Red over blue, no good. Lag under, no good. We'll go forward a bit more. She's still stuck in the cloud, acting as support, right? That's cool. Still hanging on, still hanging on. Oh, shit. Still hanging on. Ooh. We're back, baby. Got a green check there. Got a green check there. Got a green check there. Just red on the end. A little bit more up. A little bit more up. She's hanging on by a thread here. Look how thin the cloud is getting each time. It was nice and thick and fat back here, remember? Now look at it. It's getting thin, so be careful. You're watching this the whole time, thinking about it. You look once a day, by the way, for 5 minutes. That's all it takes. You're watching and watching and watching. Ugh, not good. Now you're crossing over. The lag line's starting to hit. Now we're back out, 25% only in now, maybe 50 because we got a green cloud and price over. We've knocked 50% back off. Doesn't look as good as we want it to, okay? So we're being careful, minding our P's and Q's here. And hits the cloud and bounces up. Very good. Then falls inside the cloud. Not good. Uh-oh. Price under the cloud. We lost our last check mark there. We got one left, the green cloud. And it's red. So now we're all out, we're all in stables, and we're not doing anything else until it changes. This was August 18th. Fast forward a bit here. Oh, look, bottom of the cloud acts like resistance. It comes up there and just gives it one nice little poke in the eye and then falls right back. And here we are today. That's it, folks. It's really not that complicated. Now let me show you the weekly. Weekly has yet to give us all four of our signs. Has yet to. We only had three. Yeah. You had the lag over the candles. You had conversion getting crossed over on the red down there. You have a green cloud, but you never broke out of the cloud. Still stuck in it, as a matter of fact. So you can tell that that one's red, but all the rest of these will be green. And we'll mark them now so you can see them. Ichimoku Cloud's cool because it doesn't care. Doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care what you think. It just prints. And as it prints, we use it. I'm going to slide over here a bit. All right, there. Oh, right here. Yeah, so we got 3 check marks. Green here. Green when our blue crossed our red. Cloud hasn't broken from the price yet. We just do have a green cloud on the right. What does it look like when it does go? Well, here's 2020, right? There's August 2019, right about where we are now. You see last cycle, this thing broke through the cloud and took off like a champ. But we didn't do that this cycle, did we? We got stuck in the cloud. We got stuck in the cloud. Let me pull up bit stamps. We can go way back and look some more. Here is 2015's bear market. 2016 through 2018 was the bull market. All right. Stuck in the cloud, same kind of situation. Yeah. Where you had lag line up, base conversion up, green cloud, but you were stuck inside here for a bit till about November. Hey, look, it didn't even break into the cloud until November back then. Now you guys can start to understand why I've looked at all this data and said, damn, looks like October, November might be the time where we see some movement here. All the way back. I don't even have any data for this one. Wasn't enough data. Couldn't go backward on bars. So, back to where we were last bull market. If you exclude the pandemic special right here and take this part off and leave it, look, it kind of held the cloud. If you were to remove these candles right here, this thing held the cloud pretty much perfectly. It hasn't done that yet this time. Close. Like I said, we're kind of stuck in the cloud still. See? And back here, we broke out of the cloud. Hasn't happened. Yet more evidence that we're not quite ready just yet. When this weekly does break out of the cloud, which looks like October right here is when it gets thin again. See that? How I've said maybe October, November would be the time I would start buying, DCAing and stuff. Now you're seeing why. This data that I've brought up, because I've looked at all this stuff, brought up this data, it all kind of points to, hey man, things might turn for the better. Could this thing fail and fall all the way under the cloud like it did right here? It could. So if that happens, obviously I'm going to set some stop losses. And if I lose on them, I'll lose on them and I'll rebuy lower. But I don't think I'm going to have my stop set where I just get it kicked and it's gone. So that's the Ichimoku Cloud. That was Bitcoin. Someone asked for injective protocols. Let's have a look at it real quick, and then that'll be it. That's not a complicated indicator. It's really not. This is weekly. Let me move all the other stuff off. So obviously weekly, she's still over. There is a bit of a lull right here in the cloud, and it kind of looked like it wanted to lean down and get in this lull right here. And the support is very thin right here. Where we're at, the support is very thin. Big fat support over here, humongous cloud support over here on the weekly. And if we look at daily, hey, guess what? She's 4 out of 4 in the red. Blue under red, conversion under base, no good. Lag under candles, no good. Price under cloud, no good. Red cloud, 4 out of 4, no. I've done entire live streams where I only use the Ichimoku Cloud. This is exactly why. All right, so there's not much more to talk about with it. It's really pretty simple. If you would like to twist the strategy around a little bit and change it for your needs, perhaps you like to hold a bit longer and you want to use 50% in all the time, and I'm going to take, 7.5% with this one and 12.5% with that one and 10% with that one. Every time you get a red X, that's fine. Do it how you want. Write it down and make your own strategy. The indicator still works the same and the rules are still the same. We do this constantly, nonstop, 24/7, 365 in the Discord, in the unlimited chat. All the data that you see has already been put in the unlimited chat. At some point, the main chat, you guys can't see it because some of you can, some of you can't because you haven't subscribed. It's $8 a month. It'll only be $8 a month for 2 more days. That's it. After that, the price changes. Sorry. We've kept it half off the entire year, as I said I would, all the way through the summer. Summer ends really soon. So it's going to go back up to a slightly higher price, not much. And then we're going to cap it off at a certain point too, where no more people can join. You'll be stuck not being able to join. So if you're thinking I'm going to leave, remember, I said I'm going to cap it and all this data will be not so free, right? So we do these free ones because I want everyone to learn, whether you like us or not. Whether you hate me and you don't want to be a part of it and you think I'm an idiot. Everything I'm saying is just reporting the charts. It's not my opinion. I try to keep my opinion out of it. Just want to give you the charts. So thank you all for watching. It's really simple. Price goes back up for those already in, correct? No, I don't think so. I have to look. I'm not sure. I have to look. I have to figure it out. The links only last so long. They run out of time. And once they run out of time, they don't work anymore. I have to go back and check them or whatever. But again, this is all recorded and it'll be posted in this list right here. Copy, paste. We're going to do another one of these in 2 weeks, and it'll be on Fibonacci retracement. Everybody always asks me about Fibonacci retracement. We'll go through how to pull them, how not to pull them, what works, what doesn't work, all on the next one. You guys are going to see me posting Fibonacci stuff constantly. I do it constantly in the main unlimited chat over there. So you know what? Come join, come check us out. It's not a whole lot of money. You're not going to go broke. And for the amount of money that you will make and or save, it pays for itself 100 times over. I'm no different than anyone else. People have posted stuff and I've saw it and went, crap, I missed that. And I went ahead and made a move based on the fact that I missed something. And it saved me money. Having like-minded people with no children is a big deal. And that's what we have. So I will send this over to YouTube and get it posted up. It will be in the list of the rest of them. Thank you all for watching. Be good. Live stream tonight, 11 p.m. I'll have the link in the general chat here in a couple seconds. Thank y'all. Y'all be good. Enjoy your good Dylan Mulvaney. Peace.